Okay, and joining us now to dive a little farther into the details is Barrie Mayor Alex Nuttall. How is the city doing almost a month into the state of emergency?
Well, I think what we're seeing on the streets is we've been able to remove a lot of the encampments that have been in place. Obviously, Mulcaster, Bradford Street, we've seen quite a lot of cleaning up, quite a lot of opportunity for folks to get help. And you know, it's not always perfect all the time, as we said up front. You know, there's going to be things that we're going to do that we're going to have to work through piece by piece and day by day. But overall, I think that it's all moving in the right direction at this point.
And when you had those people go into the encampments and begin dismantling them, what did you find? And I know you had outreach groups on hand. Did they achieve the intended goal?
Well, look, the intended goal is 100% of people taking the help and taking the opportunity to make meaningful change in their lives, getting addiction support, getting housing, getting regular food on the table, and ensuring that the mental health supports are also there for these individuals. So we haven't achieved 100%, but it's been really quite something to see, where it's around 50 individuals have accepted help of the 66-ish that we've been able to remove at this point. So I think what you're seeing is there is some good pickup. There's lots of folks who are accepting the help, but there's always more to do, certainly.
So you went live on social media and brought in the mayor of Oshawa, and he spoke at great length about a recovery-based approach to the vulnerable people in that area. Do you think that that is a realistic approach?
Yeah, as you know, for me, I look at compassionate intervention and rehabilitation as the only way that we're actually going to achieve what we're set out to achieve. The reality is, if we're going to improve our community, it's going to happen one person at a time. That means each individual needs to get that individual help because every situation is different, and that needs to happen inside of that rehabilitation.
But what is the message, Mayor, to those that don't want the help?
Well, look, I think we've been very clear. There is not only respect for those who are living homeless, but there's also respect for our community. And so we need individuals who are in our community to treat it with respect, to stay away from the drug dealing and the drug dealers, to stay away from weapons, to stay away from creating havoc in our neighborhoods and in our downtown, to ensure that there's respect for the business community. And that's not what we see inside of encampments. These are not places that are safe. They're not places that are safe for those inside of them or those around them. And so if folks want to live in that type of environment, this just isn't the place for them. If they would like to live in an environment where they can get help, get support, get on their feet, get housing, have food on the table, work towards getting back into the workforce, work towards, market rental eventually, or maybe it's home ownership, then that's where we want to be in Barrie. That's who we want to work with and help. For the individuals that want to live in the tent on the side of a road, we're just not the right place for that.
Okay. I guess the final question is there an end in sight to the state of emergency?
Well, look, I think we're about a third of the way through, and the numbers are still being calculated, but we're a third of the way through the number of tents that exist in the city of Barrie. We've taken out at this point between 3 and 4 out of the top 5 encampments that were here in terms of numbers, and we've seen some real success. We're not going to move on the next encampment until we have the appropriate rooms, the appropriate supports in place to be able to handle that type of volume of individuals that are accepting help. And so over the next number of days and weeks, I think we'll see even more movement in the right direction. But the emergency is going to stand until we have a city that's free of tents and free of encampments.
Okay. We'll leave it there for today, but this is obviously an ongoing conversation. Thank you very much for taking the time. We've been speaking to the Mayor of Barrie, Alex Nuttall. Let's go ahead and pull up the website, because we have launched a dedicated page so you can track the progress of the state of emergency and the encampments. You can watch this interview in full there as well, ctvnews.ca/Barrie, and click on the encampment latest button.